So while we're currently in a risk-off kind of market, and the market hasn't exactly been fair to shareholders, I think it's important to note that these kinds of conditions won't last forever, which is why now is a perfect time to be a long-term investor and to be taking advantage of companies you love at really great discounted prices. But I'm sure by this point, a lot of people are wondering where the bottom of NexTech stock could possibly be, and rightfully so, because this, along with basically every other stock in the market, has been absolutely decimated. And in my opinion, while there's no way in heck I could possibly predict where the bottom is, I think once there's been enough selling pressure in this crazy market we've been in, and the market as a whole starts its next bull cycle, I think we'll be able to see NexTech start rising in price again, following the rest of the stocks in the market as fear begins to subside. But alas, that is not that day today. However, I'd just like to remind you guys that with NexTech, the story hasn't changed, and the amount of software and deals that this company has generated over the last year has been phenomenal in my opinion, and has really contributed to NexTech's rising revenue. However, be that as it may, this is still a risky penny stock and is a company that is not yet profitable. But with that, I think NexTech is a very promising company as they're tapping into a space in the e-commerce and augmented reality market that is no doubt a rapidly growing sector that is going to continue to grow over the next decade. So with that, let's get into the next update with NexTech. And yes, this update is about a week old, but stick around as I think this update will help to shed some light on just how big of a demand NexTech can meet, as well as the sheer versatility of their business model. Adoption of NexTech AR and 3D models accelerating as e-commerce leaders seek competitive edge in challenging economy. So in this update, NexTech announced the closing of multiple new 3D modeling deals for e-commerce. They've been contracted to produce about another 400 3D models from these new deals, on top of the 1,500 announced 2 weeks ago, which in my opinion really showcases the accelerating demand for this kind of software and how over the coming years, demand for these kinds of 3D models is really going to see a huge rise. NexTech CEO Evan even commented, "I believe that 3D models are a must-have in 2022 and beyond, and that it will become increasingly difficult and eventually impossible to compete and do business online without 3D models when your competitors are adopting this technology. 3D technology gives e-commerce leaders a competitive edge during both a good and challenging economy such as now. What's undoubtedly pushing e-commerce leaders to move towards 3D models is the bottom line impact of profitability or ROI. Due to a high ROI, we're seeing a rapid market adoption, which is evident through our consistent flow of prioritized 3D deal signings across various industries as reported here. We're pleased to keep announcing deals because we keep signing deals. It is a very exciting and dynamic time at NexTech as 3D models and really all our metaverse technology that we have spent the last 4 years building is being adopted. I believe that our current share price is not reflecting our potential." Yeah, you and the rest of all the other companies. But keep in mind, while these 3D model orders are only test orders, I think it's orders like these that will continue to significantly ramp up from existing and even new customers, which of course should lead to growing revenue. And just to give you guys an idea of some numbers, NexTech currently charges its prioritized 3D customers a recurring monthly fee between $10 and $50 per model under a 12-month contract that automatically renews unless canceled. And according to NexTech, they're already experiencing a lot of success with this new business model, which remember was only launched in Q4 of 2021 and is already seeing strong repeat orders from existing and new clients. Signed deals include furniture 3D modeling contracts with Habit, as well as surplus furniture and mattress warehouse. And in general, with e-commerce returns costing $1.47 trillion annually, as reported by Shopify, 3D models can reduce returns by as much as 40%, as customers are able to see the way furniture looks in their space, or even if it fits. So by those metrics, if the 40% reduction in returns is achieved, a savings of almost $60 billion would be achieved, which creates a very compelling need and ROI for 3D models in this space. And just as an interesting side note, NexTech also makes 3D models of artwork and wall decor for major enterprise clients like Kohl's, Pier 1, and Kmart Australia. So with that, let's go over 4 promising industries that NexTech can continue to grow in. The first one being Mary Jane, which is a rapidly growing industry that has begun to recognize the need to showcase their products in 3D. And to back this up, Cheech and Chong's Takeout has signed an annual deal with NexTech for multiple products, providing annual recurring revenue as well. And the next industry we're going to be looking at are appliances. Appliances continue to be a very popular product category for 3D models, and I'd actually argue it's NexTech's biggest client base right now. Through their contract with Gotuco, NexTech will create 3D models of Spinal's line coffee machines. NexTech also created 3D models of appliances for their e-commerce business, vacuumcleanermarket.com. And next up, we have lighting. Lighting Plus extended their original contract for 3D products, reflecting increasing demand and of course positive ROI in the lighting market. And last up, we actually have sports equipment. NexTech has signed a 3D modeling deal with Salamander Paddle Gear for their line of helmets, as well as a deal with Himabike to showcase their e-bikes in 3D. And this follows multiple sports-related RTI's 3D deals, including MGI Golf, Never Summer, Source for Sports, Joyride Bikes, and others. And keep in mind, these are only a few of the recent contract signings and new product categories NexTech has expanded into. With the increasing global demand for 3D models and these AR visualizations, NexTech is saying they're expecting to announce even more deals in the coming weeks. So now, the fact that NexTech has about 1,500 total 3D model SKUs, they have an incredible passive income business model, and the fact that they're in the very beginning of a multi-decade, multi-trillion-dollar megatrend, I don't really see this company slowing down anytime soon. I think the bottom line is we all just need to be patient with this stock and see how it rides out. So as always, I'll continue to keep you guys updated on NexTech and see where this company ends up in the future. And with that, I'd like to wrap up the video here. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this company, and I'll catch you next time.